England's new test hero Ben Foakes, I did doubt myself, but now I want Ashes shot. Perhaps it should come as no surprise that Ben Foakes, a man named Player of the Series on his first England tour, is relatively calm about the threat of rivals taking his place in the team. After all, this is a player that, so far in his career, has taken everything in his stride. From breaking into the Surrey first team as teenager to scoring a century on his England debut, there has always been a sense of destiny about Foakes. Maybe this explains his fairly relaxed attitude when it comes to England and his place in the Test team. Rohit Sharma disagrees with India captain Virat Kohli over MS Dhoni role. Virat Kohli reacts after India lose first ODI against Australia. Jofra Archer makes admission about his England chances ahead of 2019 World Cup. Virat Kohli slams India star Hardik Pandya over inappropriate comments as he tells metro.co.uk, "The way I look at it is there's no point worrying about other players in the team. They're great players, unbelievable players. But the decision would be completely out of my control. So if I get picked I'll try my best. If I don't then that's something I can't do anything about. I'll just concentrate on what I have to do." The unbelievable players Foakes refers to are Jonny Bairstow and Joseph Buttler. Bairstow was England's test keeper for the best part of 3 years but suffered a freak injury before the Sri Lanka series. Buttler also has extensive experience keeping for England and enjoyed the best year of his Test career after being recalled to the squad ahead of the last English summer. But England were keen for Buttler to continue playing as a specialist batsman at number 7, meaning Foakes, not included in the initial squad to tour Sri Lanka, was called up as cover. Bairstow's injury opened the door to Foakes and Surrey's supremely talented wicketkeeper took his opportunity with both hands, finishing the triumphant series as the top run scorer. "I didn't think I would be on the tour so just getting called up and then to play was a dream come true," Foakes recalls ahead of his second England tour, a trip to the Caribbean to face West Indies. "But then obviously the way it went was pretty good as well. I couldn't have asked for anything more." England were faltering in the first innings of the Sri Lanka series in Gale. That is, until Foakes came to the crease. "It was strange because I've never been a massive one on hundreds," he says. "I always think about how quickly my England career changed. It can easily go the other way. I obviously understand the importance of them but I've always focused on being consistent and maybe haven't put as much importance on hundreds as I should or other people do. When I was on 87 my wicket-keeping coach Bruce French gave me a kick up the and said, 'Make sure you get this 100. I was focused on squeezing out a few more runs so I wasn't actually thinking about the 100 too much. But when I got there I was obviously delighted.'" Foakes has been a consistent run scorer for Surrey for over half a decade, scoring 9 centuries and 42 50s for the county, but has made England eliminated any lingering doubts over his ability to perform at the top level. "You obviously want to win the league at the start of every season. Every team does. Nothing necessarily changes from our point of view. Everyone says the second one is harder and every year you face different challenges. We'll be missing Rory, Burns, and Sam Curran more but we do have a really good squad. It will be a massive challenge but I think the squad is good enough and big enough to deal with it this season." It was like a step into the unknown, he says. In any walk of life, you just don't know until you do it yourself. You want to give it a crack and test yourself. I would definitely say I wasn't quite sure how I would go. You're hoping to do well and you back yourself but there were doubts before my debut. When people build you up, which was definitely the case with my keeping, you're probably under a bit more pressure to perform. You can keep quite well out in there and still make mistakes. But thankfully it went well. Foakes' performances in Sri Lanka have put him in prime position to place in the Ashes this summer. Australia won the last series 4-0 at home but England will be confident of winning back the urn against a team still reeling from the ball tampering scandal. Growing up, Foakes would often wake up in the middle of the night to watch the Ashes and insists it would be surreal to be involved in cricket's most famous Test series. "It's always been such a big and amazing event. It would be an amazing thing to be part of," the 25-year-old said. "But I always think about how quickly my England career changed. I wasn't in the squad, the next minute I scored that 100. It can easily go the other way, just as quickly, or even quicker. There's so much cricket to be played, so much could change. We'll see where we're at when the time comes. Before the Ashes series starts in August, England hosts the 2019 Cricket World Cup. We want to take the game by the scruff of the neck. To take it on. Be yourself and express yourself. Having won 41 of their last 54 one-day internationals, England appear well placed to win the tournament for the first time. Does Foakes agree? You'd have to say so, especially in England, he said. Looking at the team, it's just so powerful and destructive. Incredible players who would get in any other team can't get a look in. The quality of the squad is the best in the world, I think, so you can definitely see why they're favorites. For now, Foakes must concentrate on the Windies. A 3-match test series provides another opportunity for the England star to cement his place in the team. Playing under Joe Root and Trevor Bayliss was really good fun, he adds. It's a really calm, confident, brave environment. It's a fun place to be. Joe wants us to take the game by the scruff of the neck. To take it on. Be yourself and express yourself. I can't see any reason why that would change in the West Indies. And it should make for some pretty exciting cricket. Rob Key names the 3 favourites to win the 2019 Cricket World Cup. The reason Virat Kohli did not lift the trophy after India's historic victory over Australia. Rohit Sharma sends warning to India stars ahead of 2019 Cricket World Cup. Cameron Bancroft keen to open alongside David Warner for Australia again.